All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Houston Rockets are on a heater. They've won 4 straight games. They're currently 4-3. They're over 500 for the first time since many years now. And we're going to discuss the overall outlook of the Houston Rockets. I'm joined here by Henry.
And it has been over 1,000 days since the Rockets were over 500. And here they are. They're the 6th seed in the West. And what's funny, like Rockets, Timberwolves as 3-6, that would be entertaining basketball for
that really would be. And so everybody was overreacting to the Houston Rockets 0-3 start. And maybe the first 2 games people were overreacting, and then the Golden State Warriors, they were close the entire basketball game. And then you heard Draymond Green come out here and say, like, that team would have quit last time, last couple of years we played them. They got something building. I've noticed other players have been starting to say that a lot, especially with Ime Udoka coming over, about the new look Houston Rockets.
I buy it.
Yeah.
I'm buying.
And so now they've rattled off 4 straight victories. And you're a big analytics guy. What did the analytics say? What do your eyes say? What does your heart say?
Well, I'm buying that the culture is different, that they're winning games that they would not have won in the past, because I think that's what, like, A, veterans, but B, like, dudes who are actually just, like, scrappy, and every time they step on a basketball court, they want to win. Like, that's what Dylan Brooks is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And Fred, as a champion, is probably like that too.
Yeah.
So,
but even guys deeper in the bench, Jae'Sean Tate,
Jeff Green,
Tari Eason is back.
Yeah.
Tari Eason dropped like a double-double in 15 minutes, 18 minutes.
Regardless of how, like, the Rockets' future still has to shape itself, there's not really a more exciting blend of vets and, like, young talent than the Rockets if you start factoring in, like, Cam Whitmore too,
Yeah, Amen Thompson.
Yes, exactly.
Gets back.
Yeah. Jalen Green, there's still a ton of hope. Like, Ime Udoka is going to potentially revolutionize the young roster. Like, he is a swing factor in the development arc of all these dudes.
Yeah.
It's like you'll look back on this like a landmark in the Rockets recent. Like, a few years from now, you'll look back on it as a landmark here.
I feel like before the season started, I was hoping best case scenario was kind of similar to what OKC did. But then there was also a part of me that hoping, Ja Morant and Memphis Grizzlies a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, when they were not supposed to win a lot of games, and they won a lot of games, and I forget if they were the 3 seed or the 2 seed 2 years ago.
Yeah, and they pushed the Warriors in the conference semis.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I'm not going to jump the gun here, but
and that also, like, when you were first talking about how people overreacted to the slow start, like, what was the preseason expectation for the Rockets?
Yeah,
were people really like, oh yeah, play in?
I think I think I'm hoping that they can secure a regular playoff seed. But yeah, I'm thinking to myself, like, anything around 500, give or take 5, over 42 or over 41.
Which is a huge win lead.
Huge
win lead.
But even less, 41 minus 5 is 36. That's a huge win leap as well. Like you said, they haven't been above 500 since over 1,000 days. So,
yeah, which makes it tough to, like, distinguish this as like a wish versus an expectation. But yeah, they paid up. So
they did.
I expected a win jump. Like, it doesn't surprise me that they're beginning to win some games now. But I also, like, if the Rockets were to have finished 10, 12, 14 games under 500, like, it wouldn't have shocked me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it would have really depended on what is shaking out. But I think you're really seeing it, like, Sengun incrementally getting better. Yeah. Jalen Green, it seems like the decision making has been better. It seems like he's been a more willing facilitator.
Yeah.
Like, those are just, like, the little things that I think can push them to maybe not 500, close. I mean, the West is also amazing.
Yeah, we'll see. So what I wanted to see after this season, outside of wins, like, just not being the worst or second worst team in the NBA, I want to know who my player is. I want to know who my guy is. So my list is like Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, and then I actually think that's anybody else you could make an argument for it. Is who's the guy on the Rockets? Do they have it? Is it Sengun? Is it Amen? Is it Jabari's 50 and 40 right now?
In a crazy way. Oh, it is that important. Okay. In a crazy way, I think that maybe Amen has the best hope, just because it'd be tough for Şengün to be the guy. You're talking like the one on a
The
championship team.
dude, the superstar.
It's just tough. It's just tough for his archetype to do that.
Jokic.
Yep.
Is he better than Sabonis right now? I guess we have to wait for the playoffs.
I would consider it close, but yeah, less experienced, which matters. But in terms of like talent, I think yeah.
Yeah, friendly reminder, Alperen Şengün is 21 years old. He's 3 years older than both of us, which is crazy. But, the Jokic championship gets me really excited because I compare Jokic and Aaron Gordon to Jabari and Alperen Şengün's potential, like their ceiling, to me, could easily be Jokic and Gordon.
I see it. I can see that. Obviously, it's tough. That's a tough comparison to make. Jokic to Şengün wise, but like chemistry wise, I like it.
Yeah.
And skill set wise, yeah.
I actually kind of, now that I think about it, maybe I guess it's a little hot because he's 21 years old, but I want Şengün to be clearly better, or maybe better is the wrong word, but more impactful than Domantas Sabonis, because Sabonis in the playoffs against Golden State, they literally dared him to take any shot outside of the paint, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit a lick, couldn't throw a grape in an ocean.
Yeah.
So he couldn't hit the backside of a barn.
Şengün is already beyond that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I don't trust Sabonis at all to take these shots. Let me pull up Alperen Şengün's three-pointer, 33.3% on about a little over a 3 per game. It's something I'm going to take. Almost 2 threes a game, actually.
Yeah. There's no reason that can't continue growing slowly as well.
So what's the future hold after this year, regardless? Or does it, it is dependent on how they do and what happens and specific players, Jabari, Jalen, all these things. But let's just say the Houston Rockets continue on this path and they hover around 500 for the whole season and then maybe fall off at the end, or they finish a couple games over 500, a couple games under 500, around it doesn't matter. Whatever. What are you taking next step? Am I going out there and finding a superstar? Because I'm kind of done drafting. I still want to build through the draft because that's how you build, but as far as our number 1, 2, 3 draft lottery is kind of hopefully behind us.
Yeah, and it does really depend on what you see throughout this year, as you acknowledged. I guess it depends on who's available. I'm not too aware of the 2024 free agency class.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
Goat James and his kid are going to be available.
Maybe. If Bronny doesn't play, dude, I thought that was a really interesting conversation on the show in the morning. If Bronny doesn't play, maybe he will play 2 years at USC. You really can't rule it out.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, all right, sure. Right? LeBron could be a free agent. Yeah. Would he come to Houston? Fucking. I don't know.
They should have had him many moons ago. But
so should the Bulls.
All right, we'll end it on here. Confidence rating for the Houston Rockets, and I would love a win projection here.
I'm gonna give them 35 wins and confidence interval as like a franchise holistically. 6.5. Sorry, that was a really long pause. I was always gonna say 7.
Is like super underwhelming as well. 7 would have gone a long way.
Well, dude, until you have the guy, it's really hard to be higher. Until you have the guy, it's really hard to be higher.
We need the clear-cut guy. So, all right. Thank you, Henry, for joining me here. And I'll put your stuff below. And thank you to everybody for watching this collab video live from Southwest Florida.
Rock show.
Yep. Go live.